Thank you for your response. And let me just say that I'm not a Fox News propagandist, nor do I believe everything our government says or does. And I do my own research and I read. This is the last book I've read. I finished reading this book 5 or 6 days ago. The Occupation, War and Resistance in Iraq by Patrick Harper. You see, this book does not speak of how wonderful the Iraq War is and how Bush is a hero to many. No, this book speaks of how unjustifiable the Iraq War was and still is, and speaks of how the Bush administration is acting out of pure ignorance and stupidity, or the Bush administration is well aware of the situation in Iraq and is acting out of pure personal ambition and personal gain. Whatever. I'm wasting too much time on worthless crap. I apologize. Let's get to the main issues at hand. You called me a Rudy Giuliani propagandist because I came out as saying that this is a holy war. And I apologize. I misspoken. I didn't mean this is a holy war, radical Islam, the West, holy war, clash of civilizations. No. What I meant to say was the fact that the term jihad, the radical interpretation of jihad, because jihad in a modern sense means a struggle to pray daily, a struggle to keep halal, a struggle to fast on Ramadan. That's the modern interpretation of the term jihad. A more radical sense, a more radical interpretation of the term jihad is pretty much a holy war. And this radical sense, this radical interpretation of the term jihad is being used as a justification by radical imams, by terrorist leaders, for the actions of their followers. And that is what I respect of Rudy Giuliani. This is why I personally like Rudy Giuliani. I'm not in love with him. I disagree with Rudy Giuliani on many issues, and to be honest with you, I find Rudy Giuliani to be a liberal on many issues. And that's his major flaw. But Rudy Giuliani identified the threat, the source of the threat, which is in fact Islamofascism, is great, because the term Islamofascism, and when I say Islamofascism, I don't mean Islam as a whole. No, I don't mean Islam. Islam is Islamofascism. This is simple. Islamofascism, Islam. Islamofascism, Islam. Islamofascism is within Islam. Islamofascism is a radical movement within Islam itself. And I'm not condemning it. I have many Muslim friends, my friend, and I'm not condemning the religion. I know for a fact there are many Muslims who are condemning the acts of these barbaric sons of bitches. Excuse my language. And others who believe or try to imply the fact that Islam itself is evil and should be destroyed. I agree with you. They're pure, ignorant, what's a good word, bigots. Because every religion experiences a radical movement. Every religion. We have a radical movement within Christianity as I speak. We have people who bomb abortion clinics. We have people who blame homosexuality for the casualties in Iraq. That is why I find religion to be a man-made tool to control the small-minded, but that's for a later video. Okay, where was I? I'm already losing track. I apologize, my friend. Oh yes. Now that politicians identified Islamofascism, I'm sorry, and let me just apologize one more time. I'm being a bit incoherent, and I apologize. But okay, Islamofascism being identified by our politicians is amazingly beneficial for America, because in Europe, as I speak, Islamofascism is non-existent. Islamofascism in Europe is this. Oh, these poor people, they're coming into our country. They just want to have a better life. They want a better life. They're going to learn our ways sooner or later. They're going to learn. They want to learn our language. They want to learn our culture. They're coming in. That's Islamofascism in Europe. Islamofascism is, we don't want to offend these people, which is, because in Europe, every politician is terrified of being politically incorrect. They're afraid to offend people, which is ridiculous. Maybe it's because of their actions, or Hitler's actions, or Europe's actions during World War II, or post-World War II and the Jew thing, but whatever. But the fact that they are failing to identify the source of the threat, which is Islamofascism, which is destroying their continent. It is destroying their continent. Because these people, who the politicians in Europe believe are just trying to adapt to the new culture, are screaming Sharia law. They want to invade Europe not politically, philosophically. Excuse me. And if they accomplish this feat, we're next. If we fail to identify Islamofascism and the term jihad in a radical sense, we're going to be experiencing Sharia law. We're going to be experiencing death to America here in America, if we're not experiencing it already. Whatever. I'm wasting too much time. I apologize. Then you said something like, I said that America is justified in attacking countries that disagree with it or that hate America. My friend, I never implied that in my video, in my previous video. What I said was the complete opposite. I said America is not justified attacking countries that disagree with it or hate America for what it stands for. They're not justified in attacking such countries. America is only justified in attacking countries that possess a direct threat to America. And you can make a strong stance that Iraq never possessed a direct threat to us, and thus the Iraq war is unjustifiable or whatever. And I see where you're coming from. You could make the same case with Iran, because frankly, Iran never possessed a direct threat to us. It possessed a threat to the region itself, not to us. The point being, if America identifies a threat that possesses a direct threat on American soil, no matter how small the probability is, America is in fact justified going overseas and assassinating a terrorist leader, or killing off or destroying or whatever a group of individuals that are planning an attack on American soil. They're justified. I don't care what Ron Paul says. Oh, we should only attack them when they attack us. We have to wait until we're attacked. No, it doesn't work that way. This is a whole different freaking war.